Welcome back to Insibles, everyone. So I'm going to go with you guys on the S&P 500. Again, this is the SPY, and I'm going to go over with you guys on TNXP, a major breakout that we had from pre-markets news on Monkeypox news in the Insibles room. So as you guys can see, we started off the day with a spike. We did test just below our highs that we had from the last couple days. And as you guys can see, we did get a rejection. We did have a gap down as we had a report that the Bank of Canada suggested that we possibly needed an increase in rates. And then at the end of the day, we got a slight pullback. So our question from here is, are we going to continue on with that pullback, or are we going to continue on up as we have been since last Thursday? So I'm going to go over the larger time frames with you guys. Now, before I jump into this, I know the market has been very choppy. Most breakouts have been pre-market news and open, just like we had today with TNXP. Go to instables.com in the description below, and only for $15 a month, you guys will never miss a breakout alert today again. So let's jump into this one. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the S&P 500, and again, I'm going to go over TNXP after the SPY here so you guys can see exactly what has to happen for TNXP to continue. However, a major breakout, I'm going to go over exactly what gave us confirmation on that breakout today in the Insibles room. As you guys can see, again, we have been tracking the lower end of our channel here. We did have a bounce off of it as we did have our hammer candle coming out. Again, even though we did bounce into newer lows, we did mention that we still could bounce off of the lower end of our channel. And again, we got our hammer candle coming out last Monday and then on Wednesday, and that did give us our confirmation on our channel that we have been tracking. Again, we had a 7-week sell-off, the 4th largest sell-off that we've had in the market, and then we did have a bounce. And so we were looking to see if we can continue on with that momentum with a healthier move. We did mention that we need more consolidation out of this spike to continue on up on a healthier move. And as you guys can see, we have been consolidating for the last couple of days. We did not continue on with that gap up to the upside. So looking at our relative strength, as you guys can see on the RSI, we are now pointing down. We want to see if we can stay above the median of our MACD. We want to see if we can start to point back up, possibly break above that spike that we did have for the last couple of days to see if we can continue on with that momentum to the upside. Or if we do continue on below the median of our MACD, we're going to be careful, because if we do, again, we still do have our 20-day moving average that is below our 50. So if we continue on below the median of our MACD, then we could assume that we could get a pullback, and we could be possibly testing the lower end of our channel again if we do get, again, a stronger pullback. Again, that is because we do have our 20-day moving average that is still below our 50. However, as you guys can see on our 20-day moving average, we are starting to curl. If we continue to respect our 20-day moving average and we continue to curl here and we do curl up, cross over our 50, then we could still continue on higher. We are still overall consolidating to see if we are going to continue to respect our 20-day moving average. That is exactly what we're looking for here, as we did mention yesterday. And if we do continue on higher, we will be testing the lower end of our 50-day moving average, looking for a possible retest and then a continuation on higher from there. Now, as far as our momentum here, as you guys can see, we do have our Bollinger Bands that we have been tracking, the upper end and the lower end of our Bollinger Bands. As you guys can see, on our lower end of our Bollinger Band, we still are looking like we are trying to find a bottom. We are not pointing down on the lower end of our Bollinger Band, showing us that we are decompressing to the downside. So we are still within consolidation. And as you guys can see on the upper end of our Bollinger Band, where we're looking to see if we can point up, we are not pointing up, we are pointing down here, showing us that we are getting within a possible squeeze again that will either squeeze either to the upside or possibly squeeze to the lower end of our channel again to possibly get another bounce. And we'll see exactly how this does play out. Letting that momentum come to us is going to be very key here. So we're going to keep an eye on our Bollinger Bands to see exactly how that plays out. And as you guys can see in our volume, we did not get that increase in volume here as we were looking for. Again, we do have minimal volume here that we do need to get an increase in volume with to get that continuation on higher. We did not get an increase because, again, we did have that Bank of Canada report coming out just after the market opened. So a lot of buyers were not going to just go all in on that type of news where there is speculation on possible increases in rates. However, we had a nice bounce back from our gap up level that we had on Friday. Now, keep in mind, we are leading into next week's CPI, and we are sitting on a very strong bounce. And again, getting those retests are very key to get that healthier move up. So with a lot of Fed speaking there in the week on how bullish or bearish they are, in my opinion, next week's CPI will very much show if we are at the peak of inflation, or if we do have an increase in inflation, how exactly we do digest if we do stay above our lows of the year and then we do continue on higher, or if we do continue on lower here and we test the lower end of our channel here. So we'll see exactly how we move leading into CPI next week. And again, next week's CPI very much will show the true colors on how a lot of these Feds, in my opinion, will feel. So we'll keep that in mind as we are sitting on a bounce, looking to see if we can respect our 20-day moving average as we are leading to next week's CPI. Now, jumping into TNXP with you guys, as you guys can see, again, we did have pre-market news in the Insibles room on patent news. We did have a continuation on higher. We were consolidating above our 20-day moving average as we were leading into open. And again, we did mention our 373 level that we needed to continue on past. We did not mention this when we did have our spike out the gate, as we did get a rejection. And then we did have our continuation on momentum, and then mention this one on new highs. And then we did continue on higher, jumping all the way up to 477, mentioned this higher risk at 470, and sure enough got that rejection, continued on lower from there, and mentioned also no alerts at that point in time, so that way we did not get bagged throughout the day. And the reason why is because if we're leading into $5 and we don't have any major cases on monkeypox news, then there's a very good reason for us to get rejected just below our $5 psychological resistance, and that's exactly what happened. We got that rejection, and now we would be looking to see if we can jump back over 5 if we wanted to see that continuation, in my opinion. Now, again, a major breakout, and we would have been looking for this continuation if we were watching our 20-day moving average holding over our 50, showing us that we still could continue, and that's exactly what happened. We respected it. We broke into newer highs, and we had that increase in buy pressure on our MACD, giving us that confirmation on that breakout, again, breaking above not only our buy pressure point that we had before going out the gate, but also our buy pressure point that we had from when news came out from pre-market at about 4:02. We mentioned this again very, very early in the Instable's room, and again, getting a major breakout, over 85% on that breakout from pre-market news, and also getting multiple confirmations here on our volume. As you guys can see, we continued on with an increase in volume and got this major spike, and again, mentioned no more alerts at 470 and then continued on lower. So what I would be looking for to have a continuation here with TNXP, SIGA, or GOVX, again, the 3 monkeypox stocks that have been moving the most, would be to see if we do get a large increase in cases from monkeypox news, which again, I will mention if there is any more confirmation in the Instable's room. Now, again, with that said, if you are a day trader or you are looking for intraday perspective breakouts, we mentioned pre-market news again before market open every single day. Major breakouts again like we had here with TNXP, or major breakouts like we had yesterday with MULN from pre-market, mentioning that we were looking for new highs, and sure enough, broke into new highs, over 30% on that breakout as well. Go to instables.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. And again, all of you instables that come over every single day and support the channel, much love to every one of you guys. We're going to continue to go at it, stay patient, take what the market gives us. And again, no matter what momentum we get in the market, making sure we do stay consistent will stay very key. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.